Harbor Command. Starring Wendell Corey as Captain Ralph Baxter. Alert at all times to enforce the laws of our maritime code, the Harbor Command is trained to combat every type of criminal. It is an organization designed to protect our harbors. These are the stories of the men who have dedicated their lives to that end. Cargo received in the harbor area, whether outbound to foreign ports or inbound to domestic destinations, is temporarily stored on the piers, and there it is most vulnerable to pilfering attempts. The Harbor Command had succeeded in reducing such pilfering to infrequent thefts of a petty nature. However, on July 15th, a truck carrying 3 men signified the end of petty theft and a return to organized racketeering, headed by a criminal whose name was dreaded on the waterfront, Nick Ferris.
Hey, listen, who are you? And what do you...
You know who I am?
Yeah, Nick Ferris. Yeah, but I...
You got nothing to say, just listen.
We want you to pull up a crate over here and sit down.
Come on.
My men are going to be busy on your pier for a while, and we don't want a report of this, understand?
How can I not report?
You got $250,000 worth of stuff in here. Nobody's going to miss a couple of thousand.
Just go over there and sit down like you're told, huh? Come on.
Bring in the truck. Over here.
We better get out of here.
Yeah, we'll make it another time.
Yeah.
The murder of Watchman Andrews indicated circumstances beyond an isolated crime of violence. With this thought in mind, Captain Baxter was investigating a criminal motive, robbery. All possible clues had been sent to the crime laboratory for examination. The body of the murder victim had been removed and the position marked.
Supervisor says none of the cargo is missing.
They probably panicked when they saw the watchman.
He must have heard somebody and started out to investigate.
And they shot him in the back. Over there.
Well, whoever it was must have known they'd have trouble with the watchman.
I don't think they intended to shoot him. If they had, they'd have finished the job and taken what they wanted, if they came to rob.
Well, I'll run a check on the watchman, see if I can establish any other motive.
All right.
Mr. Ferris, I don't want any trouble.
You're not going to get any trouble. Andrews wouldn't have gotten any trouble if he'd have done what he was told.
You don't want to wind up like he did, do you?
No, I don't.
You got a nice young wife? Picture coming clear to you now?
Yeah, it is.
I don't think we'll need that. Will we, Gorman? Have him bring in the truck. Beat it. Looks like we're in business.
Honey, don't you understand? You could end up in jail. Your whole future's at stake.
Future? My life, your life is at stake. How can you stand there and talk about future?
But you have to do something.
You're right. I've got to keep my mouth shut, and so do you. I'm sorry I mentioned it in the first place.
But, Tommy, that's just what you can't do. If you keep quiet, Ferris will know he's won. It won't be long until he's terrorized every watchman on the harbor.
Jeannie, I can't go to the police. Look, I'd be risking your life as well as mine. Now, this is the way it has to be. Look, Nick Ferris is a big man. He's not a bluffer. He's not a talker. He kills. Andrews made the mistake I'm not going to make.
But, Tommy, how are we going to go on living with this kind of thing?
Well, maybe we won't have to. Maybe it's just a one-shot.
And if it isn't?
Well, there are a lot of boats, a lot of watchmen in this harbor. Ferris might not even get around to me again.
And if he does?
Well, just have to live with it.
Hello, Captain. Sergeant. The report definitely shows that there's $3,200 worth of goods missing. The goods are silks, cameras, watches, and some fancy Oriental ceramics.
And you got no report from the watchman?
No, I talked with him myself this morning. He was just as surprised as I was. Says it may have happened at the other end.
What's the watchman's name, Mr. Van Dyke?
Tom Gorman.
May I have this?
Sure, keep it.
I'll let you know as soon as we find out anything. See you. Bye, Jim.
He doesn't want to admit one of his men could be involved.
I guess you can't blame him. Run these items down to start with. See if they show up anywhere. And check any truck rentals.
You think maybe the goods were stolen at the other end?
I don't think you can buy that. According to this list, they were loaded at various ports. Now, somebody either had to steal them or change the consignment orders in 3 or 4 different places. Doesn't seem likely.
Well, then the finger points at the watchman.
Right straight at him. Let's see, his address is here. Jim, drop me off in my car. I think I'll go have a talk with him.
Gorman?
Yes? I'm Captain Baxter, Harbor Command.
What do you want?
I'd like to ask you some questions about some cargo you were guarding last night.
I told Mr. Van Dyke this morning I didn't know anything about it.
I know, but that doesn't give us much to go on. Fact is, that $3,000 worth of goods are missing.
Look, are you accusing me of having
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm conducting an investigation about some pilfered goods. Possibly murder. You're involved in that investigation.
I told Mr. Van Dyke this morning, and I'm telling you now, I don't know anything about it. Nothing. Nothing at all.
You're making a big mistake. There's hoodlums along this waterfront, tough hoodlums. They don't stop at murder.
Cargo get out all right?
It's 400 miles away. What are you worried about, Nick?
Not worried. With that watchman in our hip pocket, the only way they can get to us is by tracing those goods. We've just started, Becker. I want you to have men ready to knock over a pier every night for the next week.
What about the Harbor Command? They could make it tough on us.
Not tough enough. There's too many boats down there. They can't cover them all. They can't know which pier we're going to hit first. Besides, no one could be more quiet, could they?
Not unless we run into another Andrews-type watchman.
Wouldn't worry about that. His death's going to help us more than hurt us. We show him Nick Ferris. We tell him about Andrews. Why, they'd give us the whole pier if we wanted it.
Where a lesser criminal would have fled after murdering Watchman Andrews, Nick Ferris confidently pursued his systematic looting of the piers and warehouses. Where a lesser criminal would have concealed his identity, Ferris boldly identified himself and intimidated the watchmen with threats to the welfare of their families. Ferris did not deny the murder of Andrews. He openly boasted of it and used it as a threat to the watchmen. These activities, coupled with Ferris's own ruthless personality and an occasional strong-arm tactic, were solidifying Ferris's position in the harbor area racket.
Smart thing to do. End up like your friend Andrews doing a thing like that.
Maybe we better start all over again.
No need. Take whatever you want.
I don't think it would be very healthy for either you or your wife to change your mind in the morning.
Yeah.
You mean after they slugged you around like that, you still won't talk?
I tell you, I don't know anything, Captain.
I want you back here at 2:30 this afternoon. That's all. One dead watchman makes a lot of silent watchmen.
Well, whoever's behind it, he's got a solid organization going for him.
He's got a terror organization going for him. All the watchmen are scared stiff.
I've doubled the patrols, and there's still not enough coverage.
Jim, get all the other watchmen involved down here at 2:30. Maybe we can make one of them open up. $32,000 worth of goods have been pilfered. And worse, a man murdered. And you men have it in your power to break this ring. To tell us who's behind it, to act as witnesses. Do you think for 1 minute these hoodlums care anything about your lives? Don't you realize you live under this terror until they're caught? You think they cared whether they slapped you across the neck or broke it?
Suppose the man who talks has a family, Captain.
I'll give that family full protection.
For how long?
For as long as is needed.
That means going through an investigation and trial. I don't see where that's any improvement.
You men are ignoring one fact. When you took your jobs, you took an oath to perform them properly. In a sense, you're lawmen. One of your own has been murdered. Oh, I recognize your fears for yourselves and for your families. And it's justified. But the sooner you cooperate, the sooner this nightmare of yours will end. You men have got to recognize the fact that the law has been broken. And you're involved whether you want to be or not. That's all for now.
Why don't you lock them up? They're accessories. They're obstructing justice.
Oh, wouldn't do any good, Jim. They're scared. Looks like Mr. Big's fright campaign's paying off.
Captain Baxter's words were weighing heavily on Gorman's mind. He realized that Ferris was just beginning, that before long the gangster would have a stranglehold on the harbor. He knew Ferris had been involved in many run-ins in the harbor years ago. Gorman made his decision.
Captain Baxter.
Now listen carefully, because I'm not going to be on the phone long. If you want to find out who's behind that pilfering, all you've got to do is talk to Nick Ferris.
Tracer on this call.
Nick Ferris?
Why, he's not even in these parts.
He's in these parts, all right.
How do you know?
Because I saw Ferris myself on the dock.
When?
July 7th, when I...
Who is this? Who am I talking to?
Not enough time for the trace. What's up?
It was about the pier robberies. Our caller didn't give me his name. But he said that Nick Ferris was behind him.
Nick Ferris? He around?
If he is, it all begins to add up. I can understand the watchman's terror. And the murder.
I'll get a couple of men looking for him right away.
Jim, we got our first lead. I think one of the watchmen has finally broken his silence. Our caller told me more than he meant to.
How's that?
He said that he saw Ferris himself on the pier the night of July 7th.
Well, that's the night of the first robbery.
And the watchman, the pier that was robbed on the night of the 7th was Tom Gorman. That call came in a few minutes after he left here.
He's beginning to break.
What about those watchmen that were down at that Captain Baxter's?
I don't think we have to worry, Nick. I talked to them. Nobody said a word. They know what's healthy.
I guess so. That murder's made things pretty good for us.
When do we hit again?
We'll take things easy for a while. Our take's been pretty good. No use getting greedy. Put an eye on each one of those watchmen, just in case Baxter's pressure gets one of them to change his mind about talking.
Already have.
Hello, Gorman.
What are you doing here?
I want to talk to you.
We don't have anything to talk about. You ought to know that by this time.
We've got a lot to talk about. You just haven't been in the mood.
Well, it's no mood, Captain. Look, that's the way it's been, and that's the way it's going to be.
Now, let's get one thing straight. It was you that told me Ferris was behind this.
What do you mean? I didn't.
Didn't make that phone call? July 7th was the night that Ferris visited your pier.
All right. All right, so it was me. Look, I helped you out that much. What else do you want from me?
What I've always wanted. I need a witness.
Oh, look, Captain. No, it isn't just me. I got a wife to think about. You know as well as I do that my life, Jeannie's life, wouldn't be worth a plug nickel.
What's it worth now, living under these conditions?
Well, I'm alive. That's more than you can guarantee me.
What makes you think Ferris hands out guarantees? Come here. I want to show you something. My guess is right. You don't make a move Ferris doesn't know about. Like living under a death sentence every second of your life. Jim, it's Baxter. I'm in Gorman's apartment. There's a stakeout in the entrance of the building across from here. Send Williams over here in plain clothes to tail him. Maybe it'll lead us to Ferris. He's, about 30, 35. Weighs about 182. He's wearing a gray pork pie hat and a dark blue suit. I tell Williams I'll wait here till I see him. Then I'm coming back in. Okay.
Now you've really got me in trouble. With you up here, that guy'll tell Ferris I squawked for sure.
Does he work for Ferris?
Yeah, he's one of them. Yeah, but Baxter, I'm not going to be a witness. I mean that.
Just the same, I'm taking you under protective custody.
Protective custody? Do you think Ferris will stand for that?
You'll have to.
But he doesn't have to. When he hears about this, he'll send one of those trigger-happy characters after my wife.
One of my men will be with your wife all the time.
Baxter, I don't want your custody.
You're getting it anyway. Let's go, Gorman.
Baxter came around. They talked for a while and then left together.
You stick by the apartment. Becker will be in touch with you. But if Gorman shows up again, let us know. One of our watchmen is spending some time with Baxter.
Who's that on the phone?
Gorman's been talking to Baxter. They went somewhere together.
I was more worried about the one I belted than the others.
Round up a couple of your best boys. Gorman's going to get a funeral visit.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Captain. Williams called in. Follow that guy to a phone booth, and then right back to the Gorman apartment where they are right now.
Oh, no.
Well, Gorman's safe. I've got a man watching his wife.
You know, Jim, if Ferris thinks that Gorman has talked to us, they might be looking for him today. It's Sunday. They know it's his turn at work.
We could stake that pier to the teeth.
I'll try to get the pier manager at home. Van Dyke, his name, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell him what we plan.
I'll start getting a detail ready.
I want to get a hold of Mr. Van Dyke. He's at home. He's the pier manager at Pier 39.
Funny, he's not here.
Take a look around.
Yeah. He's out on the stringer. You want to talk to him, Nick?
I don't want to talk to anybody. Jetter, you take the far end of the stringer.
Okay.
You take the near end. When you see him, open up. Just be sure you don't shoot each other. You come with me.
That's the way you want it, Nick.
That's the way I want it. What are they waiting for?
He must have ducked inside.
He's got to be close. See if you can get him out. Only keep out of the line of fire.
Herman!
Let it come in.
We'll never get this close again, Captain.
Hey, Gorman! Come on out. Mr. Ferris wants to talk to you.
Count three, then go.
Well, we can't wait forever. Let him have it.
Nice shooting, Captain.
They had as much chance as the watchmen they murdered. Take care of him. Nice to have you aboard. You know, the officers you see portrayed here on Harbor Command are neither rare nor exceptional. They're the end product of the experience and training, which makes a good police officer. They're always on the job, working for you. This is Wendell Corey. See you next week.
The harbor, gateway to the world. Underlying the everyday activity of the ships that come and go, there remains the danger, intrigue, and excitement of the world's largest ports, where stories of the Harbor Command are filmed authentically on actual locale.